Hello, my name is Catherine Delve and I work for Westcountry Savings and Loans Credit Union. Today's presentation is about financial well-being. You may well be wondering what a credit union is. You may not have come across one before. Well, we are a community financial organisation who work within a common bond area. In our case, that is Devon, Cornwall or Somerset. And our aim is to promote financial inclusion within our common bond area. We are an ethical and not-for-profit organisation, and if you become a member with Westcountry Savings and Loans, your money will be protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Financial well-being is really important to all of us. It's about feeling confident and empowered with the money that you have. It's about making the money you have work hard for you. It's about being able to withstand or at least have some expectation of what to do if you have a problem within your financial situation or unexpected expenses that come in, which happen to all of us within our day-to-day lives. It's about feeling secure with your money and feeling equipped to be able to deal with problems when they occur. We want people to feel financially resilient, confident and empowered with their finances. We know that financial well-being is important. We know that people who are suffering with problems with financial difficulties often have mental health issues, often have anxiety, can sometimes lead to depression. It can affect their ability to be able to do their job. It can affect their ability to be able to communicate with their friends and family. And it can also impact on their family and friends within that community. We know that people who have problem debt often have mental health issues, and this can affect their physical well-being as well as their mental health. If it's not addressed, then sometimes it leads to really severe consequences, and we don't want that for anybody within our communities. Lots of people have got money worries, especially at the moment. We're in a financial crisis and we know that cost of living has escalated to an extent that most of us have never seen in our lifetimes. And this can lead to people being worried about all sorts of things. I just want you to take a moment to think about what you're concerned about. Which financial concerns have you got? We know that interest rates have gone up, which could impact on rent, and it could also impact on your mortgage. We know that the cost of food has gone up, the cost of heating bills and energy bills have gone up, and we also know that transport costs have gone up because of the cost of fuel. So all sorts of costs have actually gone up, and we know that some people will be concerned about how they can manage this within their existing financial budgets that they've got and within the income that they're receiving. At the credit union, we want to encourage good money habits. And this means that people can build financial resilience. So when those unexpected things occur, they feel more equipped to be able to deal with them. And we do this we want people to ensure that their debt levels are manageable and that they can comfortably achieve them, that they can do that within their current income levels. As such, we don't lend to people who we know can't afford to repay those loans. We want people to be able to make short-term, medium and long-term financial plans. So this might be starting to save for something in the short term. It may be saving for Christmas expenditure. In the longer term, you might want to save for a big celebration like a wedding or a wedding anniversary or a nice holiday. You may also want to save to be able to buy something for your home. And so just by putting a small amount of money away each month, it will start to build into something that will help you to afford and achieve those goals. And if we do have problems, as many of us do throughout our lifetimes, if you've got a financial problem, then you know where to go for help when those problems do arise. It's often about making the money you have work harder, not necessarily about having more income. So I'd like you to start, just take a notepad and pen now and make a note of these things. I'd like you to start by checking the income that you do receive. And it seems quite obvious, but making sure you're getting what is due to you. So if you're in employment, then have a look at your pay slips, making sure that you're receiving and being paid for all the hours that you've done. Any overtime that you may have done that you're due to, that you've got that and it's coming into your account. If you've got benefit payments coming in, are you getting them? Are you getting the amount that's due to you? And are they coming through on the days that you're expecting them? The government are offering lots of help with the financial crisis at the moment. And if you go over to their website, you can see what things are available to help with the cost of living crisis. There's things to help with heating, there's things to help with bills, and you just need to check whether something is due to you. And again, are you receiving it? If you're not receiving it, then how do you go about checking? Who do you need to contact to be able to get that sorted out? A really good thing to do is to keep an eye on what is going out of your account. So start off with all those regular payments that go out every month. So maybe rent, mortgage, heating, lighting, utility, phone bill, all those things that go out regularly. And do whatever works for you, but have a way of making a note of that. So good old-fashioned paper and pen, you can't go far wrong with that. But for some people in this digital age, you could try using spreadsheets. There's lots of apps you can download on your phone which will help you to do that. Or if you don't like any of those and you still get paper bills through the post, then put all your bills into a folder, write down what day those bills are due to go out and how much they are. Write them on the top of the bill and put them in order in the folder, and then you can check that's going out every month. Whatever method works for you, but do have a method in place. Then think about your spending. It's during the COVID pandemic, then many people went away from accepting cash. Cash is still legal tender and people still can go out and spend cash, and that sometimes makes life easier for people. They'll take an amount of cash with them that they know they can afford to spend that day or that week, and when that's gone, that's gone. So if cash works for you, then that may be a way of controlling your spending. If not, then there's other methods. You can use a prepayment card. It's similar to cash, but you upload the amount of money that you want to spend or you have available to spend. And then again, when that's gone, you know that you've spent all that money. Or just simply make a list of what you need to buy and work out roughly how much that's going to cost on your list, so you know what your budget will be when you go out shopping. Another really important thing to do is check your bank statements. Make sure you know every direct debit and standing order that's going out of your account, what it's for, what day it's due to go out. Just make sure that maybe a standing order for a club that you no longer attend, that you don't want to attend anymore, could be cancelled. Or direct debits, have you set up some of the direct debits where people give you, a free 3-month trial and then you've got to cancel it and so it's still going out? Do you still want that service? And also check interest rates that you're paying on any debt. So any credit cards you may have a look at what interest rates you're charging, how much interest you actually paying, and are you aware of what's going out of your account? For essential spends, things like your food and your phone, make sure you shop around. Have a look at your phone bill. When was the last time you checked to see if you were on the right tariff? Tariffs changing all the time. Is the one you've got still relevant to your lifestyle, and does it still work for you? Petrol prices, car fuel. If you look at diesel and petrol in your area, there's some garages are cheaper than others, and so is that the one to top up with? Look at your food and see which supermarket has got which deal on this week and which is the best one to shop at. For known expenditure, you can plan for it. So for things like the car MOT, for things like Christmas, we know that that's going to come around every year. So you probably know how much roughly you spend on Christmas, and if you divide that into 12 and then save a little bit every month, then it won't come as a big shock at the end of the year. And whilst saving, I realise at the moment can feel almost impossible. It could, I can't afford to pay for things. How can I afford to save money? But actually, if you can put a small amount away each week £5 a week could be £260 by the end of the year. We want people to strengthen their financial resilience, and you'll notice on here there's 4 little jars. Now think of those as pots, and I definitely use the pot system. I know many people do. So rather than having all your money into one bank account, think about splitting it out and putting some money in each pot. So as they've mentioned on here, a budget planner. If you plan that you need to be able to spend for so much on your bills, so much on your food, so much on Christmas, for example, then you can put money in each of those pots. They don't have to be physical pots. You can open multiple savings accounts and put different amounts of money in each savings account. Mine are virtual pots. They are different bank accounts rather than actual physical pots. But if that works for you, then that's really good. The Money and Pension Service, which is a government service, have something called Maps, and they've got lots of interesting tools on their website, all digital. But as I said, they've got the budget planner, but they've also got other tools that might help you. They've got a money manager on there for people on universal credit, and they've got a money navigator. So all of those tools are there to help you, and if you use them, then they really will. But if you prefer paper and pen, then that's great too. So we deal with bank accounts at the credit union. We have savings accounts, spending accounts, and accounts you can borrow money from. So the bank accounts we have are online bank account where you can make withdrawals, you can pay bills, transfer money. That's a typical bank account that we offer. We also have something called a managed account, which is something that we can do for people who are struggling to manage their own finances, but that's not for everyone. We want people to have a healthier financial future, and so savings accounts are really important to enable that to happen. If you start saving now, and it may be that you have a goal in mind, as I mentioned, Christmas or a large birthday or something like that, but it may be that you can just start to put some money away for what we call a rainy day fund, and that could help you if you have an unexpected problem. If you suddenly need to pay out for a household appliance or something like that, and even if you haven't got the money to pay for the whole thing, it may pay something towards it. We encourage our members to save money, and as I mentioned at the start, we are a not-for-profit organisation. So some of our savings customers will receive an annual dividend, which is agreed on once our profits are decided, is agreed on by our members during the AGM, and they will receive a dividend rather than interest on their savings. Some of our savers who've got Christmas savings accounts or junior savings accounts will receive interest rather than the dividend. Sometimes people need to borrow money, and we often are a bit scared or a bit worried about borrowing money. If we use an ethical provider who will look at our finances and make sure that we can afford to repay the loan and the money that we borrow, then borrowing is not always seen as a bad thing. Borrowing money can help you achieve a goal. So maybe that you want to buy a car which will enable you to get a job in a different location, then that could be a good thing. Or it may be that you want to borrow money to replace a household item that's not being economical for you at the moment. It may be that you need to borrow a smaller amount of money than many of the high street banks offer. So a lot of the high street banks loans start at £1,000, ours start at £100. So we will look at the amount that you would have to repay and make sure that that's something that you can comfortably afford. If, for example, you are able to repay your loan early, there's no early repayment fees and there's no arrangement fees. We know that for some people we aren't able to lend them money. We are lending our members money, and if we don't think that you will be able to repay that comfortably, then unfortunately we won't be able to lend money to you. And where that is the case, we will refer people to people who can help them. So there's lots of organisations that we work with, and we can refer people to. So things like Citizens Advice, for example, we will be able to help. We've also got the Armed Forces Charity for ex-servicemen. There's food banks. There's in Somerset, we're very lucky that we've got the Somerset Village Agents, and we've got the talking cafes where we can go to talk to people. If people need help with gambling, then we've got the GamCare, and also we've got the illegal money lending team for people who have got involved with loan sharks. And we also work with Christians Against Poverty. There's many, many more, and they are listed on our website. So just pop over and have a look if you want to find where you can get help. So we also know that people who are suffering from stress due to financial worries find it difficult to look for things on the websites. And if you're not sure where to look, sometimes you can end up going down the wrong path and getting involved with people who aren't there to help you. So we've got everything listed on our website, and it means that there's just one place you can go to. We've got a list of organisations that we've compiled that we know offer free advice and impartial advice. So go over there and have a look, and then you'll know that you're going to organisations that do want to help you. So what will you do differently today after listening to this presentation? We want people to understand how to manage their money and plan for the future. And hopefully this will have a positive impact on your financial health and on your mental health and on your well-being. Just a little bit of background about Westcountry Savings and Loans. We do typically lend about 1,300 loans a year, and very often they are for school uniform, car repairs, household appliances, emergencies, and on average they average about £350. We've got 3,400 members, and we encourage those members to save with us and borrow when they need to from us. We do larger loans, and for new cars, home improvements and things like that. But as I've mentioned before, regrettably, we do have to decline some applicants because we aren't able to lend to them. We are lending our members money, so we do have to lend responsibly. We have embraced the digital age, so if you'd like to open a bank account with us, please pop over to our website. You can download the mobile app, Get Nevo, and from that you'll be able to open a bank account, and you'll be able to message and talk through messaging with our members of staff, and they'll be able to help you with whatever your financial needs are. If you're struggling with that, you can email us, or you can talk to a member of staff, and you can call us between 10 and 1 o'clock on a weekday. I do hope you found this presentation useful today. If you'd like any more information on the services we provide or the information that I've talked about today, please head over to our website at www.westcountry.org.uk or give us a call. Thank you very much.